Next up is TikTok in hot water. Let's share this one first, which is the article from Canada. Now, there was one from the US, but I'll read the one from Canada because this one is a little more detailed as to why. Because the US one was just like, we banning TikTok on all government devices because we don't trust the whatever. But this one says, Canada will ban the video of TikTok from all government-issued devices starting on Tuesday. This article would have been on the 5 days ago, so that would have been this week on. The decision follows a review by Canada's Chief Information Officer, and the app presents an unacceptable level of risk to privacy and security, a government spokesperson said in a statement. And their security concerns are they don't know what happens when data goes back to the Chinese-owned company and it goes back to their servers in China. And all the adults are using it and whatnot, so they just say, well, hey, we will ban it on government devices because government devices will most likely have sensitive data. So if there is spying taking place, we really want the government data to be sent back.
Yeah.
And
but so they say they don't have an acceptable level of what, security or something?
Yeah, acceptable level of risk to privacy. Yeah, it's an unacceptable list of risk to privacy and security.
Yeah. So first thing that comes to my mind, is what about Facebook, Google, Microsoft? If it is you have all these concerns about TikTok, Facebook, Google, and Microsoft probably know more about me and you than TikTok, or probably more than TikTok will ever know in the near future. So for me, I think it's more about they rather be share the data with their own Western apps rather than the Chinese government. I mean, Facebook, Google, Microsoft probably do worse
the thing is, right?
than TikTok.
Here's why, like this move, it's basically ignorant, right? Let me tell you why it's ignorant. Well, in my view, if you want to get data from all the people in the US, you just had to go buy a data broker, right? A data broker is somebody who's collect all the data from Facebook and Instagram or whatnot and pay money for it or whatever. And you go and tell them, all right, I need to get analytics about so between the people between this age group, what they like and that kind of stuff. And you could pay for that and you could get that. And Facebook selling it at easy, because that's just money for them, because they under the laws of there's the section 34. Then there's some law or whatnot where the data is protected, and everybody, when they click I agree, is just allowing that to happen. So if China wanted to get information about people's habits on this side of the world, it's ain't that hard. Creating an app called TikTok to brainwash people into sharing all of their data, like TikTok data set pales in comparison to Facebook data set.
Yeah, and Google.
And Google data set. Like TikTok could get your email address, your phone number if you put it in, your most used contacts, and then the things that you like to watch.
Yeah.
Google could get the sites that you go to, the length of time that you spend on it, the things that you search for, your assistant requests, the contacts that you have.
I can listen to you talking.
Yeah, the things that you have on your calendar,
all your meetings, everywhere.
All the meetings, your GPS location data, everything.
Yeah, so that's why it's like all they're kicking off fuss about China. They just about who they want to have the data. They just don't want China to have it, because at the end of the day, if you put it out to the citizens, Facebook and Google already have everything on here,
Yeah.
So they just trying to paint it,
And the funny thing is when they put Facebook and Google and Microsoft and all these people under investigation, and they had to go before Congress and explain and justify and all that kind of stuff. The kind of dumb questions that is be asking. I know if you see, like, your mom, you probably would have seen like meme videos about the questions that they was asking Mark Zuckerberg will be like, here is my phone. How does my phone know this is? And Mark Zuckerberg had to be like, well, your phone knows the picture that you put up because you put it up. And he's like, is your app spying on me? I was like,
Yeah.
well, no, it's not spying on you. You put the data inside and we collect it. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait, so you can imagine that it's those same people sitting down saying, this TikTok thing, this is how they spy on us. This is how they steal our data. They install it on the app. Because I feel that they don't understand. I feel they don't understand the concept of spying. I think they think it's malware they're looking for. Meaning, when they install an app on a government device, it will find like a backdoor to get into your server or some kind of thing like that. And they're making this decision from a virus and malware perspective because they're still thinking 1999, 2000 kind of vibes. Like,
No, but this whole narrative kind of working, because I've had people come to me and say they ain't going to install TikTok or TikTok does be spying on you, TikTok does be collecting your data, but when I tell them, I say, Facebook and Google does do the same thing. They was like, for real, but our ask is something else too. Not really conspiracy, but it kind of had this not really war, but this little battle between Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok in terms of social media and growth and the ad revenue and money and stuff like that. You think in the background, this could be Facebook and Facebook, Instagram, Google lobbying the government, to kind of try and bring back their market share in social media.
150%. I agree with you. I name a conspiracy. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, cause I mean the fight, they try to fight you all, they try to copy them, they try to do all kind of thing, copying them didn't work, they try to do video, they try to do all kind of thing. TikTok started with photos and all, so they lose on that front. So maybe we
tell you why I
pass
think,
the dollars to the government to lobby.
I don't think it's even dollars. I think it's just influencing the views of people with the use of their algorithm. I take any conspiracy theory a little deeper. Yeah. I know YouTube has the ability to push certain videos in the algorithm that will be like secrets or things behind TikTok and what going on and all that kind of stuff. And by doing that, you could brainwash enough people to be able to start to think a particular way and thus make them make a particular decision, because TikTok was wiping the floor with everybody. And the kind of shippiness I see Facebook do already, I will not even put it past them. In fact, I think that they did, in some way, form, or fashion, put some sort of social engineering campaign in place to get people to start to demonize TikTok and then basically get this outcome to come. All right, they're starting to ban it. All right, good. You know why? Because it's the same shippiness they did at Huawei.
Huawei. Canada was one of the first to ban Huawei as well.
Canada was the first. Canada imprisoned somebody. Is Canada imprisoned the person, boy? Or is the US imprisoned them and they was from Canada? But then, it's the same thing that they did at Huawei. And their reasoning for banning Huawei phones and Huawei equipment is because Huawei is one of the top 5G switch or router creators or some kind of thing like that. So if you want to have 5G in your country, you had to buy some Huawei hardware, because Motorola wasn't making it. All the American companies, they wasn't making it. And they basically said, if Huawei has a device that is connected to a network in the Western world, they could steal the data and send it back to China. Henceforth, we'll ban Huawei phones. And it was like, what the phone had to do with all the, like, every Android phone that come from all over the place have the ability to send data, and the Android phones that built in the US that send data back to the places that made them also. But you banning it because of 5G equipment. So ban the 5G equipment. Now Huawei basically is just only allowed to sell in China in their own country, because everybody else is like, there's those Chinese, there's thief stuff. Now, I can't defend China, and I can't say China does do everything right and all that kind of stuff, but it's a real big hypocrisy when I see things like this happen, boy. Real big hypocrisy. because you can't clean up your own house. So you basically go and tell somebody else
Yeah,
their house
you
dirty.
try copying them, it didn't work. So now they're going
Yeah,
out, they're trying to snitch on them.
literally. If they
Yeah.
get through with this could be real like
Nah, I think.
catastrophic.
Well, I mean, I think they could. It would be easier to push through the government bans, but to like impose a nationwide ban for like the regular users, I don't think. I don't think they could do that. I don't think they will get away with doing that.
They will
You know, because
basically
it's unprecedented and never really had anything like this before
they
in
will
terms of
basically have to
banning.
tell Apple and Google to not allow the app to be downloaded in their store.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could do that. I think that they're capable of geolocating and putting pressure on Google and Apple not to do, because okay, let me say
I'm not saying they can't do it, you know, but
yeah.
like the backlash, like the
Oh,
regular users. You know, I think TikTok has a big enough user base, and a lot of people get actual value. A lot of people business based or dependent on it.
yeah,
You know, just because of the fact of how the algorithm works. You know, you don't need a big following. You don't need, you know, much
yeah,
engagement to reach out there. You know,
yeah.
and that's what that would have killing Facebook and
That what they're looking to
Google
do.
on. You know,
That what they're looking to try to do it. But we will see how that pan out. But I have real strong views, because that Western world kind of mentality of we could do it, but nobody else can't. That
mm-hmm.
is real bother me. That's real bother me. Because this basically oppress other countries for doing the same thing that they're doing. And that's not cool. But TikTok has instituted a 60-minute daily screen limit for anybody that's under 18. And that's not wait. It's not opt out, it's opt in.
Yeah, so it's not really mandatory. You know, you could hit your limit and I think you could enter a passcode and you could bypass
Yep.
it, you know. So
So what's the article?
I think this probably TikTok kind of pandering to the government to kind of show them, hey, look, we doing something.
If young people hit the new limit, they will have to enter a passcode to continue use of the service that day, but they'll be able to opt out of the new measure, which TikTok says will be rolled out in the coming weeks. The video app, which is blah, blah, blah. All right, cool, yeah. What they said, yeah, TikTok said the new limit comes after it brought in a prompt last year to encourage teens to manage their screen time. It said it helped increase the use of our screen time tools by 234%. So they had a prompt for people to look at it, but they call it the crack cocaine of algorithms. It's the most addictive, it's dangerous, it's whatnot. Let me ask you up, like, you know, most of the times the content creators that they don't really watch TikTok that much. Like
Yeah,
I see real people do interviews and they be like, yeah, I don't really go on the app, you know, I just make the videos and put it up. And I can say that for myself too. Like
yeah,
I don't really sit down and fall into, like, I'll quicker fall into a YouTube rabbit hole than a TikTok rabbit hole, because when it's our topic on YouTube that I'm really interested in and I'm learning from, and the algorithm pick that up, I could get lost in there. But TikTok doesn't send you down a rabbit hole. It'll send you down a rabbit hole, but it will always try to show you more new things very regularly. If YouTube sending a rabbit hole, it is a rabbit hole. You'll get back that topic from now till whenever. But TikTok will be like, maybe you might like this, maybe you might like. United still ever so often, like on real other occasions, as soon as I open the app just to like reply to a comment or whatnot, I will get a woman dancing in my For You page, and I'll be like, did I not tell you about this a long time ago?
You need to be on more and train the algorithm more.
No, well, the people I following, I don't ever watch my For You page. Honestly
Oh,
speaking,
for real?
it's always been my following page. Always.
Okay, I
Like
don't ever watch my following page. I always going for you.
my For You page is just the first video on my For You page will always be on the spot, clear, no problem. But then if I scroll through and I try to flip that up, it'll be weird things, and I'll be like, I don't even want to try to fight you anymore. I go into my following page and I'll just watch things there.